Jumping and Jiving with Michael Gregory.
Mike.
It's the Mike. I say we need a toast to Mike Dog.
The other white meat.
Is that...
Oh, it's Bike Dog. Make it easy, ladies and gentlemen. Make it easy.
Are you going to open that thing or what?
I'm going to open it. Just, you mind your own drink. You mind your own drink. Ready? Click.
Clink.
Lift.
Clink. Separate my lips. That's ridiculous.
Oh,
And that smooth drinking.
That's a good one.
That's just Hollywood.
Oh, man. Speaking of Hollywood, we're going to do a song by a Hollywood boy right now. This comes right out of the 50s. If you watched Ozzie and Harriet, some of you really old people, like great-grandparent people, will remember this little tune, okay? Let's see. Surf beat. Well, I got a gal named Shirley Lee. Got a little woman named Shirley Lee. Well, Shirley Lee, you're the one for me. Well, Shirley Lee, you know Shirley Lee. Yes, Shirley Lee. Yes, Shirley Lee. Well, Shirley Lee, you're the one for me. Yeah, take it back up. Well, come to baby now. Well, come to baby now. Well, come to baby, I love you somehow. Well, Shirley Lee, you know Shirley Lee. Well, Shirley Lee, ooh, Shirley Lee. Well, Shirley Lee, you're the one for me. Yeah, go Mike. One more. Well, I got a name Shirley Lee. Ooh, got a little woman named Shirley Lee. Well, Shirley Lee, you're the one for me. Shirley Lee, you know Shirley Lee. Yes, Shirley Lee. Woo, Shirley Lee. Yes, Shirley Lee, you're the one for me.
Well,
That's a way to get started.
105. Off to a
Off to a
rockin' start. Whose song was that?
That was Ricky Nelson, man.
Ricky Nelson.
Ricky.
Ricky.
I mean, it doesn't have the atmosphere. His records have this atmosphere that is really, really hard to capture, but I just figured it'd be a good showcase for Michael to do his thing, you know?
Nice.
All right, we're going to do a long requested song. Someone's been bugging the crap out of me for like months. And this is by Bruce Coburn. Sun's up, looks okay. The world survives into another day, and I'm thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. I had another dream about lions out the door. They weren't half as frightening as they were before, but I'm thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. Walls went windows, trees, waves coming through. You being me and I'll be in you, together in eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me, yeah. Down in the valley where the river used to be, I got my mind on eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. And I wonder where the lions are. Oh, wonder where the lions are. Oh, wonder where the lions are. I'm wondering where the lions are. Oh, wondering where the lions are. Wondering where the lions are. Huge oranges, flying boat rides off a lake. 1,000-year-old petroglyphs doing a double take, pointing a finger at eternity, sitting in the middle of this ecstasy. Young men marching, helmet shining in the sun, polishes as precise like the brain behind a gun. Should be. They got me thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. And I'm wondering where the lions are. Oh, wonder where the lions are. Oh, wonder where the lions are. 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 Oh, wonder where the lions are. 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 Freighters on the knot on the surface of the bay. One of these days we're gonna sail away, sail into eternity. Some kind of ecstasy. Oh, and I'm wondering where the lions are. Wonder where the lions are. Oh, wonder where the lions are. Wonder where the lions are. Oh, wonder where the lions are. 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 Wonder where the lions are.
Well, I kind of lost my way there for a minute.
That was interesting. That was very,
Folky.
yeah, very,
kinda
very,
folky.
very Corona-esque.
Corona-esque.
Corono-esque.
Well, that kind of leads us to something that I feel is also Corona-esque. One thing that is hard for me on the show is to tackle songs that are almost sacred to me. Like, I never want to get too close to them because I don't want to know them, because once I learn all the parts and the mechanics, the mystery might go away. But I don't think, no matter how much I try to learn this song, this is one of my favorite records of all time. I can't get inside it deep enough because the record is magical. I don't know how they got the sound they did or how they created the atmosphere they did. But this is an old Fleetwood Mac song, pre-Stevie Nicks, pre-Lindsey Buckingham. It's from the middle period with Bob Welch. And some of you older people that listened to FM radio in the 70s, maybe even the 80s and 90s, this song would come on a road trip, and all of a sudden you're just gone someplace. And it's about the paranormal. It's about, things that you can't explain.
Yeah, it's a really cool sounding track, man.
It's a great track, and
this is like the quintessential 70s dreamy, tight drums, reverb, whatever, man. However they did.
Well,
that.
and that whole
Really,
Mick Fleetwood
really
drum part, that you know, it's like
Yeah,
you-
yeah, that's
I'm
right.
not sure.
You know,
what
and
that
that's
is.
actually a really roomy drum sound.
It's got a nice
Yeah.
sound. It sounds like it was done like at what's that Westwoodville? What's the one that Steely Dan recorded at a lot, and then Fleetwood Mac
Westlake
recorded?
Audio?
Yeah, I think they may have cut it there. There's
Okay,
just-
so
anyway, yeah, yes.
one.
It's the same kind of story that seems to come down from long ago. Two friends having coffee together, something flies by their window. Now it may be out on that lawn, which is why at least half the playing field. There's no explaining what your imagination can make you see and feel. It seems like a dream, got me hypnotized. Now it's not a meaningless question to ask. They've been gone. I remember a talk about North Carolina and a strange, strange home. You see, the sides were like glass in the thick of a forest without a road. And if any man's hand ever made that land, then I think it would have shown. That's why it seems like a dream, got me hypnotized. I know that's right. Yeah, it seems like a dream, got me hypnotized. One more. The body means nothing, got me hypnotized when you're hypnotized. They say there's a place down in Mexico where man can fly over mountains and hills. He don't need an airplane or some kind of engine, and he never will. Now you know it's a meaningless question to ask if those stories are right. What matters most is the feeling you get when you're hypnotized. It seems like a dream, got me hypnotized. Body means nothing, got me hypnotized. Yeah, that's when got me hypnotized. Well, got me hypnotized.
My Gregory in the house.
Man, that's a trip to play that rhythm and then try to sing that sort of thing over it. And I'm sitting there going, it was all right. And then all of a sudden I start going and I'm going,
yeah.
Wait a minute. That timing of the vocals, nothing like that.
Like,
I had to find a way to just downstroke it or something.
You did
because I
good.
couldn't quite get it.
No, it's good.
Well, let's leave your marriage out.
It was
of
very, very,
And-
very.
And
very,
we took it pretty slow, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
Because if we'd gone faster, I don't think I could have done it. But anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Slap the face. Oh. And I hit the mic during the thing, too. It's like I went, boom.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I'm doing all kinds of errors.
Wow, that's.
You know, this is not a, you know,
It's not. What is it? It's not a.
it's not a Flash Gordon.
It's not a
type
Flash Gordon
thing,
experience.
you know? So, Bruce, just find a harmony on the choruses. And we're going to do a song that Stephen Stills wrote for Crosby, Stills, and Nash. They cut it and didn't release it, and so he put it on his very first solo album. A wonderful album that Mr. Gregory was just telling me earlier.
Yeah, my wife and I about 2 weeks ago had a day. I had a day off work, and we said, let's just go for a drive up in the Sierras. So we went around Donner and then up through Sierraville, and it's just an incredible drive. And I brought that CD of that album, and I hadn't listened to the whole thing in one shot in probably 30 years. And so when Mike called this one for this week, I said, oh yeah, this is great.
Good timing. Well, you know, there's
It's kind of low. I'm going to try
there's a lot of synchronistic happenings in the CoROEnosphere.
Yeah, when are we going to do some tunes from Synchronicity?
Oh wow, the
Man,
police
that would
show.
be great. We got to do a police show.
Yeah,
Like, actually mean to do that.
we can call it Police Stand By. And a shout out to all our friends. Welcome,
Yes, welcome. Thank you.
105. There's got to be some kind of.
It's ridiculous.
There's got to be something special for the number 105.
Live 105. That sounds like a radio station. you
Yeah,
know?
Chris Harrelson is with us, ladies and gentlemen.
At the helm.
Always here at the helm and you know, giving him helm.
What happened? And Susie Cream Cheese, who
Oh,
disappeared.
yeah, she's here.
Susie Cream Cheese, what's got into you?
Hey, give him helm,
Given
Chris.
helm.
Round, round, up and down, all along the lonely town. See him sinking low, doesn't see the joy there is to know. And he cries from the misery, and he lies singing harmony. She is gone, there is no tomorrow. It is done, so now he must borrow the life of his brothers, and living in sorrow must do all the others. A chill wind hits his face. Was that a tear? I thought I saw a trace. Loving people everywhere. Where is she? She is not there. And he cries from the misery, and he lies singing harmony. She is gone, there is no tomorrow. It is done, so now he must borrow the life of his brothers, and living in sorrow
Nice.
It's a nice song.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tune.
I've never heard it.
Well, it was on that record. I mean, supposedly he wrote that for David Crosby, who had a part of why David, kind of went off the rails is he had a beautiful girlfriend he was just insanely in love with. She was like the sort of quintessential hippie chick. Yeah. And she took their 2 dogs to the vet one day in their VW bus, and the dogs started in the back, and she turned like that, and that was it. I don't know what happened.
Christine, right?
Christine
Yeah.
Hinton. And that just took him. I mean, I don't think he ever completely recovered from that. I've seen photographs of them together, and I just go, wow, that's like, if you could just paint the hippie dream, the hippie girl chick that you would want to be with in that period of time. And it's just, so anyway, it looks like Stills wrote this for him. And it's a great message because it's about, he has to borrow the life of his brother, sort of live vicariously and do for the others, though you're living in sorrow. That's like a way of, encouraging someone with that kind of loss to just give yourself out, rather than go inward. It's a great, great message. And, of course, all of that went over my head. When I heard it in high school, I just thought he was singing about American Indians or something, because they had that kind of feel, but using words like the brothers, his brothers, and pictured some guy with feathers and everything. It was about Crosby, Really cool. So,
Great call, man.
yeah. So, all right. So now we're gonna do one. Somebody requested this. A lot of people have done this song, and after last week with that Winwood comment, I figured we'd do another.
What was the Winwood comment?
Well, you were saying, you really own that thing, and it's like, so I picked this one for you to sing.
Oh, wow.
But if you don't know it, or, I figured you guys have done this at the Torch with the Mind X or something. It's just such a standard.
Maybe I'll jump in at some point.
To make us all happy. Do anything, take us out of this gloom. Sing a song, play guitar, make guitar, make it snappy. Keep going. You are the one who can make us all laugh. But doing that, you break out in tears. So please don't be sad if it was straight mind you had. We would have known you all of these years. All of these years. All of these years. All of these years.
Double time.
All time, yeah.
Wow. Sounds like a closer.
Man, I saw that film on the YouTube when I was trying to send it to you guys, and it's like Winwood was playing the lead, you know,
Oh, wow.
because they had Dave Mason, and then he quit and went solo, and I mean, he could play lead guitar as good as he could sing and
He
play.
was multifarious.
And he was
yeah.
a kid. He was like 18, 19, 20,
He was a prodigy.
just like insane.
And then he did that whole higher love stuff. You know,
Well-
I mean, this guy was like,
Well, that
he
was
just was dominant.
Very lucky for him, the 80s found a way, you know, some producer and someone found a way to bring him back to that
Back in the
era.
high life, that was
Yeah, and
that
like
was
really make it
amazing.
work for him. It's like I was so glad
Kind
for
of
that.
like Gabriel, man. I mean, both those guys had a
Yeah, they just
big
found their way
footprint
to do
early,
it.
and
'Cause the 80s weren't kind to a lot of the early
yeah.
rock guys from the 60s and 70s. It was like you were either in or you were out, you know. And he found that niche, and it just gave him a whole other thing.
they killed it.
I mean, a lot of people only know him because of that stuff.
Right.
So, all right.
Yeah, we got to do that. We got to do an all Winwood show.
All Winwood.
We
all
should.
the time.
Yeah.
Or all woodwinds.
All
sometime.
woodwinds, or all woodwinds doing Winwood. Woodwinds on Winwood. Winwood on woodwinds.
A friend of mine, he got a tour with Winwood in the 80s. Do you know Bobby Massano? New York guy. And so he was living in various places, living up in Woodstock and down in New York City. But he left his home number, his parents' home number, for his business. And so he checks in with his mom. Hey, Mom, and he calls. Oh, yeah, honey, Mr. I think it was Woodward, Steve Woodward. Cause he goes, wasn't Steve Winwood, was that was it. And he met him in a little room in Tribeca that Winwood had rented. They just played some stuff, and he got the gig for that tour.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, did you know Jan, you know, remember his wife Maggie?
Yeah.
When they moved to Nashville, I found out, Jan called me, said, yeah, Maggie's playing tennis with Steve Winwood's wife every week. You know, and I'm going, what? You know, it's like, that's the thing about Nashville is like that kind of stuff happens. where
All the time, yeah.
there are so many people there like that you end up just in these random situations.
Non-musical, just regular
just
workaday
random,
things.
Random
Yeah.
situations. Like, you could walk into Trader Joe's and Nicole Kidman's in there with, what's her husband's name? It was that country guy.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. Yeah, it's like I talk to people that would regularly see them just in there doing
I was
that.
in a...
Well, yeah, you lived there. You must have had this happen.
Yeah, well, you go to went to a restaurant one time to see a friend of mine play. He had a weekly gig there. He played out in the patio, so you had to go to the hostess and she'd seat you out at the patio. So I'm waiting, and there's some guy in front of me. Can I help you, sir? Yeah, I'm here to pick up an order to go. Last name? Frampton. And it was Pete.
I just remembered a thing. I was in an ice cream shop or a gelato shop. Yeah. I don't know who I was with. This was ages ago. And all of a sudden, this guy that looked like Father Time, walks in with a cane, and it's Leon. Right? Leon Russell.
Sometime I'll tell you my Leon story.
Yeah, we'll save it for... I'm sure you've got many, but yeah, it's a funny place. Funny place. All right, well, let's get away from Nashville and go to Texas for a minute.
Yeah.
In the mid-'70s, there was this movement called the Outlaw Movement, which kind of married the rock world with country world and gave country music a whole new life. And it was Jesse Coulter and Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson and other people.
Newberry.
Yeah, there was some...
Christofferson.
That's right. It was kind of a boys' club, girls' club. And out of that came... Waylon went from being a mainstream country guy, just sort of bubbling under the Hot 100, to selling millions of records. And this was a song that he recorded called Lukenbach, Texas, which he hated. I read that he hated the song. The producers brought it to him and said, we need a hit. We need something that people can really glom on. And he says, I've never been to that town, and Willie'd never been there either.
Right.
But it sold so many records that it really, really helped. It helped the whole thing, because I think everyone in their life has got, it symbolizes like a place you go to just get away.
Yeah.
So,
on the road on one tour, I forget the name of the town, but we were rolling through Texas in some little place, and on the big water tower, it says, whatever Texas, birthplace of Waylon Jennings. That was but I can't remember the name of it.
That's a terrible story. You got. All right. Well, you guys look it up and tell us. All right. I don't know. I've got to do this thing. Okay. So, the only two things in life that make it worth living is guitars that tune good and firm feeling women. I don't need my name in the marquee lights. I got my song and I got you with me tonight. Maybe it's time we get back to the basics of life. Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys. This successful life we're living got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams' pain songs, Newberry's train songs, and blue lights so crying in the rain. Out in Lukenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. So baby, let's sell your diamond ring, buy some boots and faded jeans and go away. This coat and tie is choking me. In your high society, you cry all day. We've been so busy keeping up with the Jones. 4-car garage and we're still building on. It's time we get back to the basics of love. Help me now. Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys. This successful life we're living got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between successful life we're living got us feeling like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams' pain songs and Jerry Jeff's train songs, Blue Eyes is crying in the rain. Out in Lukenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. Out in Lukenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain.
Nice.
Those
a
songs,
nice little
those songs
song.
play themselves.
I know. What a
That'd put a
beautiful
tear in
thing.
a glass eye, son.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop listening to it when I was trying to learn it, you know, obviously, but then I just every time I'd listen to it, I'd just go, this is great. I'm really glad Waylon didn't refuse it, you know. He said it sounded like Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. Remember that one, Mike?
Danny O'Keefe.
Yeah. Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. Yeah, it's got that sort
Yeah.
of rolling riff like that.
Everybody's leaving town. Yeah, it feels a little bit similar, but I love
Yeah, it's
the
not
atmosphere on
I think it's
Lukenbach.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one now by Hank Williams Jr. You know, when I was a kid, when I first heard about Hank Williams Jr., I thought he needs to give it up. He's got the same name. He doesn't sing as good. He's no good. And then when I got older and I started to listen, well, the first thing that got me was this record. This is one of my favorite records of all time.
Is
It's
this
like it's
Whiskey
my
Band?
top 10 jukebox,
Yeah.
Desert Island jukebox singles. It's like, if I can go in any bar and slam 2 or 3 beers and put that on the jukebox, I'm going to be the happiest man on the planet.
Wow.
There's just something about this record that
Channeling his inner redneck.
channeling my inner redneck, right? So,
Hit it.
there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Country music singers always been a real close family. Lately, some of my kinfolk have disowned a few others than me. I guess it's because I kind of changed my direction. Lord, I guess I went and broke their family tradition. They get on me, want to know, Doc, why do you drink? Doc, why do you roll smoke? Why must you live out the songs that you wrote? Over and over, everybody makes my prediction. So if I get stoned, I'm just carrying on in a family tradition. Woo! I am very proud of my daddy's name.
Yeah, you should be.
Although his kind of music and mine ain't exactly the same. Stop and think it over. Put yourself in my position. If I get stoned and sing all night long, it's a family tradition. Hey, so don't ask me, Mike, why do you drink? Mike, why do you roll smoke? Why must you live out the songs that you wrote? If I'm down in a honky tonk, some old slick trying to give me friction, I said, leave me alone, I'm When that doctor asked me, son, how'd you get in this condition? I said, hey, Sawbones, I'm just carrying on an old family tradition. So don't ask me, Mike, why do you drink? Mike, why do you roll smoke? Why must you live out the songs that you wrote? Stop and think it over. Try to put yourself in my unique position. If I get stoned and sing all night long, it's a family tradition. It ain't Hank Jr., but boy, I should have loved that tune. I just can't get enough of that. I mean, and he wrote it about himself, and it's like it makes total sense, you know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
His
Anyway.
wife just passed away recently.
Who did?
Hank Jr.'s wife.
I did not know that.
Bo Sleeveless's wife, yeah.
Well, and of course, then I don't know whose kid it was to do Hank Williams 3. Was that? I guess Hank Williams III. Hank Jr. is his dad, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Hank 3.
I've seen him around Nashville too. Derry Doherty went and saw him one time, and he says, "Mike, you've got to go see this guy." And I go, "Why?" He says, "The first half of the show, he dresses like Hank, and he's got that same, sort of nasally voice. So he gets up there, and the band plays Hank like perfect, like they learned all the parts. They got that pedal steel guy, and they just do a complete Hank set, just get it out of the way. Then they take a break. They come back, and he says they do the most insane cowpunk hillbilly, like insane, just blazing crazy stuff.
Punked out.
Yeah. And I thought, well, that's an act. That's an act. I don't know if I'd go see it, but I'd like to maybe watch it from outside.
Probably on the YouTubes.
You ever seen him, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You like it?
Nah.
It's all right. Yeah, he does Hank okay. It's not perfect like you'd want, but he's got the blood. He's got it. I mean, just the fact that he would do it and honor that.
It's like the Hanky Peppers or the Willie Peppers.
Willie Peppers.
All right.
Well, we're on this kind of topic. We're going to do an old tune by Jimmy Dean. Most of you know him as the guy who does the pure pork sausage. And, of course, he started that whole company. He was one of the first sort of celebrity entrepreneurs, right? Yeah. And he did his own commercials and everything. And then the shareholders, whatever, said, well, you're too old now. We got to replace you, And they wouldn't use his voice anymore. And then he died. And now, here we are 20 years later, they've dug up all the audio and they're using his voice all the time. We've all seen it. If you watch TV, you're going to hear Jimmy Dean come on,
Pure pork sausage.
Yeah, I remember one time he goes, now, doesn't this make sense? If I were to lie to you about what's in this package, I wouldn't be losing just a good customer. I'd be losing a very good friend. And I just wouldn't want that. Jimmy
So
Dean.
down home.
Yeah, just like, I mean,
Your neighbor.
he sold the thing, but the thing is, the product is great. If you like that, I don't know if you ever eat that stuff, Bruce, but
Jimmy Dean.
yeah,
I
it's
used
one of the
to,
it's one of the best of that. If you're going to eat pork sausage, it's the best thing on the rack. I mean, he didn't just put his name on it. He created something that's really
Put
great.
his soul into it.
Yeah, and it's excellent. So I've always dug him. But anyway,
That's a country music sausage if I've ever. All right, here we go.
Wait a minute. You know what? That's too high for me. I can't sing. I can't sing high like Jimmy Dean did. This is like. Yeah. F, right? Get the F.
Keep the F out.
I'll tell you what. While we're here, can we do the tip thing? Because I got to retune this poor guitar. It's been through a lot.
Well,
thank you, everybody, for continuing to support us financially.
dude, it's show 105. This is
105
it's getting
shows.
absurd.
You guys are digging so deep into your world, and every time we think we're gonna fall off, someone will come through, maybe 2 or 3 you'll come through for us, and then everyone starts coming through. So we really appreciate it.
And we're slowly but surely evolving the creativity of the show, but it's just really
It's a slow,
right in front of your eyes.
yeah,
You're
life
like-
in the fast
like-
lane in a slow-moving
Yeah,
car.
exactly.
I mean, you know.
Like if something works, we go, well, let's do that a few more times, and then before we do something else. So, got our buddy Mr. Michael Gregory.
Well, I'm very happy to say that since I have been doing these with you guys, I've had several fans of the show like look me up online and
nice.
find my YouTube channel, reach out and say hi. And yeah, so that's been very nice. The love and appreciation they have for you guys. You know, I got a little spillover on that. So
Well,
thank
it's
you
worth
and
it.
thank you.
And more of you need to go check out his videos because he'll sit in his house and just hit, record on the thing and start playing this stuff. And it's eyeball scorching for any guitar student, myself included. I just watch it and I go, usually the old joke is, how many guitar players does it take to screw in a light bulb? 19 to screw it in and 1 to go. I can do that, right? But when I
can do
watch
that
you,
faster.
yeah, when I watch Mike, I
I
go,
think it's the other way around. but-
it's when I watch his thing, I go, I can't do that. I can't do that.
No, but what you do is you look at it and you go, did you just see that lick? I got to get that guy on my show.
Yes, we co-opted
I
him.
can't do what you do.
That's,
But thank you very much.
That's a beautiful
Glad to
thing.
be
So,
here.
all these extra guests and extra pizzazz that we give you, it's gonna take its toll. So we want you to go to paypal.me/MICRO77S like Sam, and just pile it on. If you like Venmo, it's at MICRO77S, and if someone sent us a check,
really?
yes, someone sent us a check. So
You need some mentioning that every week actually happened. Somebody actually did it
somebody
once.
did it, and thank you so much.
Chris, it must have been that really unique take on citrus that you
Don't
did.
bother him right now. He's trying to think of it. So please make out the check to 77S Ltd. Write that on your envelope and then put P.O. Box 1441 Citrus
This ain't about pine cones.
Heights,
Deep in the depths of the Amazon.
California 95611. Now, have you been woodshedding that? I mean, you've been thinking about it?
Just thought about it real fast.
I think his head would explode if
he does
thought
the same
about
thing we do. Is he just gets up here and does it. And
I forget we have
realizes
to
what
do
he's
this
done as
until
he's
right
done.
then.
Yeah.
Every time.
it.
Right.
Well, that's kind of the way. That's what the show is.
yeah. Well,
all
that's
about.
what we're doing. Yeah. We're never.
Well,
we don't know what we're doing.
that's what Dean Martin. When he did his TV show,
He just
in the
winged it.
contract was no rehearsal. In other words, he did everything once, so they had to get stand-ins.
I think that tradition of those guys. That's my feel.
Well,
for-
if you
for
have that
what we
kind
do.
of talent, now we're approaching
Well,
this with
yeah, I'm not-
some talent,
Yeah.
but we're also kind of like blowing.
But that feeling those guys had, that
Right.
looseness, that's totally what I'm thinking.
Yes.
I kind of think of myself as kind of a
Well, it's jazz.
a Dean on drums.
Yeah, it's jazz. It's like you just kind of
Jimmy Dean on drums.
you don't rehearse jazz.
Listen,
All right.
and I just won't tell you that. I mean, I wouldn't put a bunch of crap in the drums. I mean,
Where is this
I'd
going?
lose a friend.
Pure pork drumming.
Just so you know,
Pure
Jimmy
pork
Dean.
drumming.
All right, Jimmy Dean had a hit with this, but Dean Martin had a hit with this.
Oh, no way!
man, isn't that amazing, right?
Well, this
Dean
was
show, the
Jimmy
Dean
Dean's
show.
first. I know he did it in '53.
Yeah.
When did Dino do
Oh,
it?
who knows? He recorded
We
it.
have to do a Dean show.
Ready? I got an old slouch hat. Got my roll on my shoulder. I'm as free as a breeze and I do as I please. Just a bumming around. I got a million friends. I don't feel any older. I got nothing to lose, not even the blues, but just a bumming around. Well, whenever worries start to bother me, yeah, I grab my coat and my old slouch hat and hit the trail again, you see. I ain't got ridiculous.
That's great.
All right,
Nice call, Mike.
That's a good one. That's a wonderful little tune. All right, well, let's stay in that. Let's stay in that one. Now, I don't know how many people have cut this, but I saw Jerry Lee Lewis do this with Keith Richards. So, let's see. Look at that fool going home to his wife. Look at that fool. He never lays out all night. He doesn't know what it's like to be untrue. Wish I could have been that kind of fool. Look at that fool, have one drink, now he's heading home. Yeah. Look at that fool, leaving that beautiful lady all alone. Then go home to someone who loves him true. Wish old Dr. Love could have been that kind of fool. But I try, I can't do it, darling. Not even for you. Woman, it's not that old doc don't love you, but there's just some things that I can't do. Look at that fool heading on to his wife. Look at that fool, he never stays out drunk all night. He doesn't know what it's like to be untrue. Oh yes, wish I could have been that kind of fool. Cry me a river, Mike. But I try, I can't do it, darling. Not even for you. Woman, it's not that old doc don't love you, but there's some things that I can't do. Look at that fool, have one drink, now he's heading home. Oh yeah, look at that fool, he's leaving that woman all alone. Then go home to someone who loves him true. Oh, wish I could have been that kind of fool. I wish Dr. Love, he could have been that kind of fool.
Oh, Dr. Love, you're
It's
that kind of
ridiculous.
fool. You know
It's
it.
ridiculous. Well, I was, but
You are.
I've done repented of all that now.
Yeah,
I got me a fine woman at home.
Dr. Love's a
I
fool.
don't need all that now.
He ain't no fool.
No, I changed my ways. Well, how are we doing on time here? Because this is a lot of stuff. We could
Let it
maybe
roll. Let it roll.
You want to
says
do
Chris
this thing?
Harrelson. Well, what is that?
What do you say? Well, it's a long, kind of a. It's a great little thing.
Another one of those
We
things
got
like
time?
we just did?
We can keep going.
Yeah, if you'd like.
Okay.
We're more than usual right now.
Are we over?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Well, then we should cut that short.
Well, then I think we need to
Go to the hymn show right now.
Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon,
Please.
please.
Hello.
Mark Harmon, please.
I'm here.
There he is.
Come in. Hey, there he is. Hey, buddy. How
Hey.
you doing, man?
Just watching that old cross, man.
Well, all right. You ready to do this thing?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Well, we're going to do a tune. We're still trying to, for those of you who are dragging your feet on our hymn show album, we really need you to come through for us and buy 5 copies for each of your friends and hand them out during the, 5 copies, hand them out during the coming tribulation period. And so we know you'll be here for that. So we want to do...
Mark, give us a yep.
Yep.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to that old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Oh, that old rugged cross, so despised by the world as a wondrous attraction for me. For the dear Lamb of God left his glory above to bear it to dark Calvary. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Oh, another one, Michael.
Hey, we want to thank everybody for joining us for 105.
Everybody, including Mr. Mark Harmon.
And Michael Gregory.
Bruce Spencer, please.
Doc Love, please.
Chris Harrelson, please.
Mark Harmon, please.
I already did it. I know it's been a bit of a country show, but we're in a country country mood right now. Everybody sing with us.
Mark, give us a big yaw.
Everybody. So I'll cherish the old rugged road. Trophies at last I lay down. Yeah, I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
See you next week, everybody.